A Wayne County contractor taking deposits to build fences for 10 customers. Then he sent them an email and vanished. Problem solver Rob Wolchek says this guy wants you to feel sorry for him. But Rob, let me guess, you're not going to allow that to happen.
Nah, this dude's got more sob stories than a picket fence has pickets. He's also got his customers' money, and they don't have their fences. Meet sad sack Dan Jones. You can apologize all you want, but it's just bad, man.
No, I know. And like I've apologized to him.
You didn't apologize to her. You bailed on her. Dan's a disaster.
You want to see my bank account's negative?
No, I believe you. I mean, you're a mess, Dan. See, Dan took down payments to build fences for these nice folks, but then Dan ran.
I feel ripped off. I feel stung. I feel burnt.
While down and out Dan wants you to feel sorry for him, don't, because Dan didn't deliver. And that's nice to say that you didn't intend to steal their money, but the bottom line is, since you haven't given them their money back, you stole their money. Meet Missy the dog.
Look out, here she comes.
Missy's owner, Mary, wanted a fence to keep her puppy safe. In April, she hired Dan Jones of Jones Brother Fencing.
He was very, very professional, sounded like he knew what he was doing.
But soon after handing over $2,400 to Dan the fence man, she got this email saying the company was shutting down. I will leave you with two options. One is that I return your deposit, or two, we install your fence with a 40% discount off the final invoice.
At first, I felt sorry for him.
But as she read on, she felt Dan duped her. Unfortunately, I don't know when I can follow through with either option. My best guess is 3 to 6 months. Mary had just paid this guy. Why'd she have to wait 3 to 6 months for a refund?
I don't know what he did with the money unless it's a scam.
Al paid $1,250 down for his fence in early April.
About 3 weeks later, they sent us the letter saying that they were dissolving their company.
Al fired an email back. No, this is fraud. When you take money for a service and don't perform those services, it's fraud. Daniel emailed Al. I can guarantee there was no fraud, scam, or foul play in this matter. And that's the last Al heard from disappearing Dan.
Give him the shame, man.
Rocket used Jones Brothers Fencing before.
Their work is fantastic. We had no problem with that.
So last winter, he had Dan Jones come out again. Dan told them,
Section there will be like $1,400, and I'll just need half to get the material, and then we'll put you in the books for February. Well, that was it. He come by and got the $700. We never heard from him again.
But these aren't the only people who got the shaft. In his email, Fenceman Dan admitted there were 10 customers he'd taken deposits from who are now all up against the wall. Mary and Al tried suing, but the process servers couldn't find Dan at any of the addresses Jones Brothers listed. Rocket's a retired auto worker. He had a UAW lawyer send Dan legal letters. No response. I spent plenty of days sitting in a van watching for Dan. Seems Dan had dashed. About a month ago, I went to Dan's door and spoke to his wife. She told me Dan moved out. I gave her my card and told her to have Dan call me, but he never did. Finally, last week, Dan answered the phone. I'm taping this for a broadcast, just to let you know.
Absolutely, I understand.
Oh.
I've actually wanted to be in contact with you, and I'm glad you called.
Gladness quickly turns to sadness.
The work's been hard to get, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough, man. I'm not a bad person. It's just fucking life happens, man.
Dan claims he's back doing a fence job for free for a lady in Livonia he owed several $1,000s to.
I drove by her house, and like the guilt and the shame, it's tough, man. I'm just one guy, man. It was eating at me. I'll be real honest. I know you're recording. I'm a recovering drug addict. I was clean for several years. All this started to happen. I started using again, but I'm already clean again. It was like a little month slip up.
The next day, my cameraman lucks out and finds Dan in Livonia. And a day after that, Dan the man gets to meet Rob the reporter. Hey, Dan. Rob Wolchek for Fox 2.
I was just going to call you, actually.
So have you contacted any of these people that I've talked to? Al Stacco?
I have not.
They're real mad. They want to serve you. What about Mary Moriel? She's a nice lady in, I think, Garden City.
So like I said,
she has a real cute dog, and she wanted the fence for her dog.
Yeah.
And you bailed on her.
Yeah, I did. You know, I went through some hard times, and I handled it incorrectly, and I should have did that a whole different way.
No doubt. Next, I bring up Rocket. He gave you $700. It's not a ton of money, but if somebody took $700 from me, whenever it was, February or something, right, and now it's November, I would say you stole that money. Don't you think?
Yeah, so you got to think, so I've given money to a few people. So like, and then I also have kids as well, you know, and I'm not saying like they're not priority because I need to feed my kids and everything, but it's kind of been the little bit that I have, it's dispersed. It doesn't go a long way.
But these people have kids too, man. Remember, Dan's wife told me he moved out. Your wife told you that I came by, right?
Yes. Yep.
So why didn't you call me then?
We kind of weren't talking at the time.
Well, if she told you I came by, you must have been talking. So I still don't know what happened to the money. So so you took that money, and then what did you do? Did you?
I was finishing up other jobs.
Finishing other jobs?
Yeah. This isn't an excuse, right? Mm-hmm. So it took me a long time before I grew up.
Yeah, I think you got a long way to go, Dan. You're in the Hall of Shame. Now, Dan promised to contact his victims after we met. Of the 3 I spoke with, he'd only emailed 1, and that was just to apologize. I hope he gets his life together, but what I really hope is that he somehow comes up with the money to pay his customers back. You know, hard luck story guy, you know, and sad, and oh, I'm so sorry, and all this kind of stuff, and the drug addiction and all this kind of stuff. Hey, you took money from people back in the spring. They were waiting to have their fences built in the spring, and then you didn't do the job. So I'm not really interested in any of his excuses.
Well, what I find interesting is you pointing out that, yeah, I get it. You have kids, you have a family, you're struggling. The people that were ripped off have kids, have families, and are struggling.
Yeah, we
it's
all,
the same thing.
Hey, life is hard, man.
Yeah.
I get it. Nobody takes money from people and doesn't do the job and not have to be responsible for it. So he made some bad decisions, and I guess that's the way it goes.
Well, the last time someone tries alligator tears with our own Rob Wolchek. Thanks for that latest Hall of Shame. Thanks Rob.